Good evening. Looks like we've got about 60 seconds before 9 Eastern, so we'll just hang out here for just a minute till it's time to get started. So if you're watching the replay, you'll have about 30 to 60 seconds to do something else until we are actually ready to start. All right. All right, looks like we got some peeps. So we probably have less than 30 seconds before we get started. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Hey, Sharon. Absolutely my pleasure. And I love it when you comment so I can see who's here. Hey, Jaya. I look forward to seeing you pretty soon. I guess we have about 4 weeks. We're going to be hanging out in Shreveport and Lafayette. So I can't wait to meet you. In fact, since we're naming cities, why don't you guys tell us where you're watching this from? So maybe you can tell us your city and state, or your state or country, wherever you are. That'll just make it more interesting. And it's 9 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Deanna Nichols. I am a doTERRA Blue Diamond, and I have been using doTERRA essential oils for, oh gosh, like probably 5.5 years now. I started using essential oils before that, or what I thought was essential oils, but I found a very, very different experience when I started using doTERRA oils. And I had been on a path to natural wellness for a while, and so somebody introduced me to doTERRA essential oils when I was really struggling with a digestive issue, and actually offered to share with me through Facebook. So I'm a big fan of Facebook education about oils. It's a great place to connect with people. And anyway, so my friend Lisa offered some samples to me, and I was so amazed at how well they worked when I had tried lots of things that really didn't help me a whole lot, that I said, you know what? I told my friend, I said, I need a lot more of these in my life, because if they helped me with that issue that I'd been working on for 4.5 months, and they helped me in just a few days, then what else can they do? And so she said, you know what you need to do is you need to get a basic kit of oils, get your own doTERRA membership, and then you can place your own orders, and you can start learning how to use the basic oils. And so that's what I did, and I have never had one day where I've regretted my decision. I really feel like that is the best way to get started with doTERRA, is get your own membership, get your own kit, and then start hanging out with your oil friends and learning how these oils work. I never run out of stuff to learn, and there's more and more things that I learn every day. So I'm going to share a couple things that are even new to me tonight, and then just some of my oldies and goodies as well. So tonight we're going to be focusing on summer fun. I hope that you have some of that planned for the next few days. Very seldom do we get a chance to like party on a long weekend with a Tuesday holiday. I feel like most of us are going to get a chance to squeeze a couple extra days out of our weekend as a result. So nice hot weather that you're probably having. Oh, hey, Fairfax, yay. Delaware's here, Michigan, Jax. So, okay, Michigan person. So I was born in Pittsburgh, but I kind of grew up in Michigan, and that's where my family still is, and so I kind of call that home. And I took this Facebook quiz, which of course is completely accurate, kind of like those ones that tell you what race you are. Those are hilarious. Or like who you're going to look like, and you end up looking like, you know, a completely different race person when you get old. It's really funny. I think I was like, actually I was Tom Cruise. I'm going to turn into a man, so get ready for that. There's not an oil for that either, by the way. Anyways, so I took this quiz that said where I'm from based on like how I speak, and apparently I'm from the South. I don't think I even sound like I'm from the South. I have no idea where they got that from, but I thought that was pretty funny. It's true though, I've lived in the South most of my life. So I lived in North Carolina as a child for about 5 years, and then ever since I was in college, I lived in the South. So I guess that is most of my life now. But I thought that was pretty funny that I scored, like I thought I was going to get like Midwest with my Midwest accent, but nope, I got South. So anyway, that has nothing to do with this topic. Anyway, so let's start talking about some of the stuff that maybe can help you as far as doTERRA essential oils to have an awesome holiday weekend. Cleveland, I was just there recently. Okay, so first of all, we want to talk about the sun because you're going to be out in the sun more often. I would think you probably have some outdoor picnic type things planned, maybe time at the pool, fireworks, all kinds of church festivals and stuff going on over the 4th of July. And so that's the first thing. Did you know that there are lots of oils that actually have UVA and UVB protectants in them already built in? Plus, here's a little secret that you may not have known. Our Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is our #1 best-selling product, if you're not using it, hello, it's like the best thing ever. The Lifelong Vitality Pack has one of the things in it has astaxanthin, which is really going to help you with sun. And I can tell you, I am the whitest white girl like ever made. And I'm the type of person that if I like would run out to my car in the parking lot and come back, I would have a sunburn. Like that's how quickly I sunburn. It's like the red hair, the skin, the freckles, all that. And since I started taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I actually don't burn as easily as I used to, which is kind of like a miracle. It is a serious miracle. But with a little bit of extra help, you can use, for a little extra help, you can use oils like lavender and helichrysum. There are a ton of studies. If you go to PubMed.com and you look up skin and helichrysum, you can find out some amazing things that helichrysum can do. So I've tried to do lavender and helichrysum, and if you have a really nice dark tone in your skin, a lot of melanin in your skin, you can probably get away with doing that, but I need a little more help. So I go to doTERRA.com and I look at their recipes. That there's recipes for pretty much anything. Okay, you can like build, you know, a spaceship out of oils or something based on the recipes. I mean, it's really seriously got everything DIY on there. But there's a recipe for how to make your own sunscreen using things like zinc and stuff like that, but it definitely will include lavender and helichrysum, or it should. So go on there if you want to make your own sunscreen. I have found that natural sunscreens, I have to apply them more often than store-bought ones, but please, if you do not know the ingredients of store-bought sunscreen, you need to like go read about that. There's a website called Skin Deep where you can go type in ingredients that are in your body care products and find out what they actually are. It's pretty scary. And so your skin is like the largest organ in your body. It absorbs all kinds of stuff, and all the stuff you put on your skin goes in your bloodstream, people. So make sure you know what you're using. Now, for those of us who, you know, forgot to do sunscreen, didn't do it as often as we should have, whatever, after sun. So if you've got too much sun, there's a couple different strategies. Gosh, what did I do with my little handy dandy spray bottle? It has disappeared. Okay, so we're gonna pretend like this is a really small spray bottle. I had a really small one here. I don't know where it just went. But anyway, my son was in here, my dog was in here, everybody was in here. Okay, or here's another idea. Let me just go here. So let's say you have an empty bottle. Everybody's like, what do you do with your empty oil bottles? And they freak out about like, oh my gosh, that's so wasteful. I never waste my empty bottles. I use them for like a million things. One of the things I would do is if I had like an empty bottle, you can buy these little spray tops from aromatools.com, and you can kind of cut the little stem down and they will go right down into your bottle, so you can take the lid off and you can make all kinds of mixtures. You can make little hand sanitizers, little ouchie sprays, all kinds of things like that. And so one thing that you can do is you could take a bottle that maybe has a little bit of lavender left in the bottom, and you can take that and you can fill it up with fractionated coconut oil, which is a liquid coconut oil. It's different than regular coconut oil because it doesn't get hard, and it will stay in a liquid form all the time at every temperature. And you can pour that in there, screw that on, and you've got yourself a nice after sun spray. I would include some other oils in mine. Melaleuca, again, PubMed, guys, if you go to PubMed, you can read about Melaleuca and skin, and there's some stuff on there that shows that Melaleuca cools down the skin even faster than cold water. So like if you touch something really hot, Melaleuca will actually help you faster than running your hand under cold water. So of course, after sun spray should include Melaleuca. So lavender, Melaleuca, lavender is going to be soothing. It's going to help your skin repair itself. I have had situations where I've been like beet red, and then I've sprayed that all over myself right after I got in from the sun, and like it all actually started to tan. And when I say tan, for me a tan is like you know, just like a different shade of red, more freckles. It looks like a tan because my freckles start to form patterns, but you know what I mean? Like it was not burned anymore, and it wasn't, and I didn't peel, which I'm a really big peeler too. So those two oils should definitely be in there. And peppermint, you might want to put a little peppermint. Don't go crazy on the peppermint because it really does cool down the body. And I don't know about you, but when I get like a lot of sun, I tend to get like chills and stuff like that. So take it easy on the peppermint, but it can be very soothing. So lavender, melaleuca, peppermint, and some fractionated coconut oil in a spray bottle or an empty 15 ml bottle, and mix it all together and you can make a nice spray. Okay. If you're really burned and your skin is just really, really irritated, or if like maybe the burn's gone but you're really peeling or dry, you can get some organic raw shea butter. There's lots of places where you can get that from. And you can just sort of take half lavender and half myrrh. So let's say like 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of myrrh. Myrrh is amazingly soothing. I'm trying to find my myrrh. Where is it? It's amazingly soothing for tissue of any kind. I especially love it for skin, and I especially love it for anything inside the mouth, like gums. I also love it for throat stuff. It's just fantastic. So take some myrrh and lavender, equal amounts, and pour it into a little tiny gob. That's an official unit of measurement, a gob of shea butter, and then just kind of mash it together with either your fingers or a spoon, and it makes a really, really nice, I don't want to call it lotion because it's, I guess, like a body butter. And there's so many recipes out there for stuff where you have to melt things and measure things. I ain't got time for all that. I just don't. So I like take a gob, mash it, put some oil in it, and you're done. Like, that's the kind of recipes I like. So that's a really fast thing to do. And I've given that recipe to a ton of people for all kinds of skin stuff, and it's like fantastically amazing. So, okay. You can also use Immortelle. That has like all the best skin oils in it, and a bunch of you guys probably got it free last month, so you have it on hand. By the way, if you're going to use Immortelle, this is Immortelle, my favorite. If you're going to use it like not as a roller, then there's a couple things you can do. Okay, you want to pop the lid off, so you pop the roller off, so you take the lid and you kind of use it to pop the lid off. See that? So you don't have to like break your fingernails. Okay, see? Now it's off. So if you're super steady of hand and you like in a former life you were a surgeon or whatever, like a brain surgeon, then you can pour it. Otherwise they make these little squeezy things called pipettes at Aromatools that you can just kind of squeeze some out. And that's another great one to put in any kind of skin soothing situation. Now let's talk about bugs. That is like the worst part about summer, seriously, the bugs. What in the freaking world? I can't get the, sorry, can't get the thing back on. It's usually super simple. Okay. That took a moment. Insects of all sorts. They can really ruin your outdoor situations. So my son is obsessed with ants. He calls them fire queens. I'm not sure where he got that from. Probably some children's movie when I should have been supervising him and he was instead watching something and polluting his mind with things like fire queens. I don't know what that's about. But one day he was telling me something about fire queens and insisting that there was a fire queen in the dog's kennel. And I sort of like ignored him because I thought he was just, you know, imagination, playing and whatever. Finally, he insisted, and I went in there and there was like a swarm of ants all in my dog's kennel. They were coming down the windowsill and like marching right into his kennel. And he was in there. I don't know what his problem was, why he didn't leave. Because, you know, the door's open. He was just lying in there. And there was like a zillion ants. It was like something off of a horror movie. And so, so now constantly he's telling me everything's ants. Like if he sees like a speck of dirt, it's a fire queen. Like he's really worried about it. And he told me tonight that he could hear them coming. He's like, I hear them coming. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in the morning I'll wake up and my entire house will be gone and overtaken with ants. And he was really a genius and he heard it in advance. Who knows? You may read about it tomorrow in the, you know, on Facebook. But the point is that what I have found to be the most effective at deterring ants long term, okay? Because if you spray a little peppermint on them, they'll go away. If you spray a little cinnamon on them, they'll go away, all those things. But to use the amount you would have to use to get them to like be gone, you would be, you know, it would be overload on your lungs of breathing in those strong oils. So what I have found is get yourself a spray bottle like this one. This is, by the way, the best way to buy a couple of these bigger spray bottles. I think this is 16 ounce, maybe 20, I don't know. You can go to Amazon and just buy a couple of these. Unless you're going to do a big Aromatools order anyway, just go on. If you have Amazon Prime, it's free shipping anyway, and you'll get it in 2 days. So you can buy these on there. But what I do is I take some dish soap, like 7th generation, something that's like healthy and not going to kill us. I take that and I mix some On Guard concentrated cleaner and put it in a spray bottle. And I spray like the cracks in the windowsill and all the areas where they could be getting in. And as soon as I do that, I don't see them ever again. They're gone. They're absolutely gone. So that is a little tip from me to you. Flies. Okay, flies. I don't know if it's because patchouli is such a bad smell, but it keeps flies away. And a little trick, yeah, I still don't like it. A little trick is if you put a little bit like on the corners of your picnic table when you're outside having a picnic, you won't have to be shooing away the flies so much, okay? So patchouli is great for flies and gnats, things like that. And then mosquitoes. So I don't know why I meant to grab it and I forgot, but this comes in a sprayer already. There's a spray version of this. No, I did not add any water to the ant recipe. I just did soap and On Guard cleaner. Okay, TerraShield comes in a spray as well as in a dripping bottle. But again, you can put a spray top on this. You don't need, everybody's always like, what's the recipe to mix this? The recipe is TerraShield. That's the recipe. It's already diluted for you with fractionated coconut oil. So you can use it on like a 5-day-old baby, and you can use it on, you know, somebody like me. It's totally fine. It's already diluted, and I guarantee you it's better than anything else you're going to find out there to use for insect spray. I see people every day of my life spraying their kids with like poisonous insect repellent, and then I have to breathe it in too. And then of course the environment has to breathe it in, so it's not very awesome. And so people, it always crack me up that they're worried about TerraShield. I'm like, it's fine. Like you could almost don't drink it, but I mean, you could seriously drink it and be fine too, but please don't. So if you get the spray bottle, then it's really easy. Otherwise, you get yourself one of those spray tops or a spray bottle. And what we do so that we don't like overuse it and waste it is I just spray it in my palms and then rub it all over the areas I need to and make sure I get it on my head. If I'm worried about ticks, which I pretty much am because I've already found like 3 ticks on family members just this year alone, is I like to add a little cedar wood to it. It already has cedar wood, but I'm just like one of those people that really doesn't like ticks. I don't know who likes ticks. I don't think anybody like likes ticks. If you do, you're weird, but most people don't like them. So if you want to keep them away, extra cedar wood is good. And again, put a spray top on your cedar wood. We actually keep the spray bottle of TerraShield and a spray top bottle of cedar wood in every car. Because you never know when you're going to get a sudden urge to like go outside in the woods, or at least that's what we do in my family. We just get these weird urges to drive out to the forest. And so you never know, you want to be prepared. Bees. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but one of the purposes of essential oils when they are on the plant is to attract bees. Okay, so if you don't want a bee to mistake you for something that it's going to pollinate, then you need to not smell yummy to bees when you're outside. So in the spring and summer, I'm always more careful about what oils I'm using on myself, you know, shortly before I go outside. And so you want to probably try to avoid citrus oils. You got to be careful with those anyway because they make you more susceptible to sunburn. And we've already established I don't want to be more susceptible to sunburn. But, and even, by the way, even if you don't have fair skin, it's going to attract sun and you're going to get these weird dark spots on your skin. So I don't care what color you are, you do not want citrus oil on any area that's going to be exposed to the sun. So, but you don't want to spray, you don't want to smell like oranges or lemons, and you don't want to smell like a flower. So don't douse yourself in like geranium or something like that before you go outside. So be thinking about like, do I really want to put on elevation before I go on my picnic? No, you don't. So some oils that repel bees are peppermint, spearmint, lemongrass, and eucalyptus. Those are 4 of my faves. And so you can mix that with some water in one of those spray bottles that we're all imagining is here because I had it and I don't know where it is. It's really bugging me actually. I don't know where I put it. But, oh gosh, right here. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! Why am I frozen? Hello? Is anybody home? Can anyone see me? Anyone at all? That's so weird. I hate that. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? It's very creepy when I can only see myself 5 minutes ago and not now. Dang, I'm not. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. That was so surreal. Okay, now, here's the spray bottle that I was referring to on multiple occasions. So you can get these from, you can actually get these on Amazon too, or from Aromatools. And you can take some water, and add some of those oils. So a lot of times I'll do peppermint and lemongrass. And I will mix those, and you have to shake it if it's from water. Okay, you got to shake it first. and then spray it like on areas where, especially like the top part of your body, or I don't know why I said the top part. I mean, maybe bees will sting you on the bottom part. I normally get stung. When I'm getting stung, I normally get stung like from the waist up for whatever reason. So, I mean, guess probably because they fly around looking for things to pollinate. So, just don't get it in your eyeballs. Of course, you shouldn't do that with any oil anyway, but you particularly do not want to get peppermint and lemongrass in your eye. It's very painful and you'll be sad. Okay, so that's my bee repellent. Now we're gonna go, did I cover? Yeah, I covered all those insects that I can think of. If you think of any other insects you want to know about, ask me. Those are all the like outdoor ones I can think of right now that are annoying. Spiders, but you know, again, peppermint, but usually that's not an issue. Usually it's an issue when they come inside. So now let's talk about some other stuff. So, trimsicles. I meant to grab, like, man, I did like no preparation here. I don't know if you've seen, imagine if you will, me holding a container of doTERRA Trim Shake. So, oh good, so you could hear me the whole time I was frozen while I was like mumbling to myself. That's so great. So the Trim Shake comes in this tub and it's really wonderful. We have vanilla, chocolate, and orange cream. And the orange cream is a little strong for me, I'll tell you that. So just bear that in mind. If you really like orangey flavored things, then you'll like that one, but it's pretty strong. And so, gosh, I have no idea if anybody can hear me because I'm getting such mixed messages from people. I'm getting pictures of like dead people on here too, ghosts and stuff. I'm frozen like a ghost. So anyway, my point is once again on doTERRA.com where all the really cool recipes are located. Why the crying faces? Can you still not hear me? Like now at 9:21, you can still not hear me? That's so sad. I'm hoping that these are delayed comments and that people can still see me now. Anyway, you can do, you can make really awesome like fudgesicles or creamsicles or fudgesicles using our doTERRA Trim Shake and some other natural ingredients. My son is very, very picky about what he will eat, but yet he will eat these fudge trim shakes. And you can also make the, with the orange cream, you can make orange ones. And so if you want that recipe, you can go to doTERRA.com and find it. It's pretty yummy and it's really easy to make, which makes it awesome for me because we've established that I don't like to mess around with stuff that's really complicated. I think that's called laziness, you know, just gonna be straight up with you. Cooling spray. Okay, so that's one of the best ones, my favorite. I get so hot. I'm not a fan of really hot weather. And so again, take your trusty spray bottle, fill it up with water, and then you can do like maybe 10 or 20 drops of peppermint in here, shake it up. You can spray it lightly, like mist it on the back of your neck, the backs of your knees, all those kinds of things to cool yourself down, especially when you're outside. Because as you start to sweat, you'll feel cooler as you sweat. It's really, really awesome. There's a lot of professional athletes who like to use this because of that reason. Baseball players and soccer players and stuff like that because they're out there running around, getting sweaty in the hot sun, and that's cooling down their body temperature. Okay. Here's one that may seem kind of random, but bubbles. So my son is currently obsessed with bubbles. We took him to Dollywood and they had this fantastic bubble show. I was sitting there like the whole time. It was really, really cool. I had a great time. If you've never been to Dollywood, by the way, people keep asking me like, when are they going to rebuild Gatlinburg? And I'm like, it's open. Everything's open. Come to Gatlinburg. People, because it's an amazing place and we've lost a lot of tourism because people think like the whole thing burned down or something, but it didn't. And we're good. So Dollywood's open and we have season passes. We're big fans. And we were there and watched the bubble show the other day. And so everything is constantly about bubbles. And so I had this really cool idea because I noticed that in the show, their bubbles had this really weird smell. And to most people, it was probably like a happy, nice smell because they're used to like smelling toxic fragrances. But for me, I was like, oh, and it got in my hair because there's like a million bubbles during the show and they get all in your hair. And so I had to go home and like scrub my head. And I was thinking like, wow, you could put essential oils in bubbles and make them smell really awesome. So I was thinking of some smells that might be really cool in bubbles, which would be Citrus Bliss. And you don't have to worry about it being in plastic. As long as you don't put like a ton, like probably what would be the best thing is pour some bubbles into a smaller container so you don't like melt your bubble wand by letting citrus oil sit in there. Because citrus oils will sort of like melt plastic over time. Because they break up toxins, you know. But that would be fun, is some citrus bliss or maybe some lavender. So just experiment with it. I haven't personally done it. It was just an idea that just came to me. So I'll probably be doing that sometime in the next couple of days. I have put a couple of posts up on my page recently about swimming pools. Hopefully you are aware that chlorine is extremely toxic to your body. And again, your skin is absorbing it, you're breathing it in, especially if it's an indoor pool. And so anytime you're going to spend a lot of time in the pool, your best friend is this little oil called Purify. You want to make sure that you are rinsing that off, but then you want to make sure you get Purify in your body. So like maybe you can add some to some Epsom salt, put it in the bath, or make a nice spray bottle of water and shake it up and put Epsom salts in there and spray yourself down. At the very least, put some on your feet, your kids' feet, before and after they get in the pool to help you to deal with the toxic levels of chlorine. If you're dealing with a little kiddie pool, especially if you're not going to empty it every single time, I'm sad to tell you that, you know, there's going to be some stuff in there that's gross. Like birds are going to come to the water, lizards, all kinds of things. And so there's going to be some gross stuff in there. And so one thing I do is if I'm not going to empty it out every time, I get my On Guard concentrated cleaner. I'll usually take a bottle of it that only has like that much left in the bottom and fill it up with water, shake it up really well, because it's concentrated, so you don't need a lot. And then I squirt some of that into my kiddie pool, just to help with germs. Plus kids are, you know, especially little kids, they pee and they do weird stuff in the pool, so you never know. Correct-X. Again, don't have it sitting here, but it's our salve. If you're going to do anything outside, you need Correct-X. Like keep it with you, keep it in your car, keep it in your diaper bag, keep it in your backpack. It's good for scrapes and bites and all kinds of cuts and things like that. On Guard spray. Again, you can take an empty oil bottle, or you can take a spray bottle and fill it up with water and add some On Guard to it. It makes a really great spray, like in a pinch when you're out at a picnic and you got like weird, like sticky stuff. Or the other day I ate an ice cream cone. I rarely do that, but I was so hot and I was out at Dollywood and I got an ice cream cone and it like started melting like crazy. It was like just immediately like this puddle, and I had ice cream in between my fingers and all over my face. And so in those types of situations when you like can't find anything to wash your hands with right away, you can use, this will be mostly water, so you can spray your hands and it'll help clean your hands in a pinch. Of course, it's really good anyway because it's going to help kill germs. Running out of time, so what else? Oh, grill marinades. I love to cook with my oils, and I have shared a pretty good recipe on this page for grilled steak marinade, but you can make marinades with all your meats if you're going to be grilling out this weekend, and you really want to wow your friends and make them think that you're like this gourmet chef. What you can do is get yourself some extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it is like really extra virgin olive oil. I read an article about how most of them are actually canola oil with like a tiny bit of oil, of extra virgin olive oil in there. There's only just a few brands that have been tested and found that they're pure EVOO. But get some extra virgin olive oil in a bowl, and then you're going to add some oils to it. Lemon and lime are always really good bases for marinades, depending on what kind of meat. If it's like beef or chicken, beef, it's really good to do like coriander, black pepper, things like that. Poultry, it's really good to use things like rosemary, thyme, oregano. If you're, yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. And if you can kind of just like cover the meat and season it with some pink salt and then cover it with the marinade, let it sit there for a while, at least an hour, even longer is even better. And then it's going to taste fantastic on the grill. Okay. Here's another cool one, is flavored ice cubes. And so, they make stainless steel ice cube trays. I got mine on Amazon. And what you can do is fill that up with water and then put different flavors of oil in your ice cubes, and it makes really fun drinks. And instead of feeding your kids and your guests all these like sugar-filled, gross, you know, all kinds of weird flavorings that who knows what they're made out of, you can actually just give them like soda water with some flavored ice cubes in it. Or you know, you can use it for iced tea if they're like lemon ice cubes or lime ice cubes or whatever. Spearmint ice cubes for tea would be fantastic. So Serenity is going to be your friend, I'm sure, for the next couple days if you have pets. And I'm already thinking I need some right now because my neighbors like didn't get the memo that July 4th is not for a couple days, and so they're out here going crazy. And my son keeps thinking, what did he, oh, he thinks there's a giant in our backyard because of the fireworks. I'm not sure where he's getting that from, but yeah. So he's freaking out about the fireworks, and if you have pets that are upset by it, or if it's upsetting to you, maybe you have sensory processing disorder or PTSD or any of those things, those are real issues, and some people are really sensitive to all the loud, sudden booming noises. Serenity is great for pets and people in those types of situations. For your pet, you can take a little and put it right here on their chest. Oop, try not to drop it and break it though. You can put a little on their ears, and funny enough, it works kind of the same way for humans. So think about that oil as we're going through this season of random firework displays in your neighborhood, okay? And if you're going to leave the house and leave your pets at home and go away during times when there's going to be fireworks, think about them at home and how they can be like losing their mind. So maybe putting a little Serenity in the diffuser for them. I can't reach my diffuser. I was about to show you what one was in case you didn't know, but I can't reach it. So, but it's something that just has a little water and some oils, and it puts a mist into the air, and it's really great. And a lot of times when we leave the house, we'll leave one running for our pets anyway, especially if we're traveling and they have a pet sitter. It just helps keep them calm in general. Sorry. The last thing that I wanted to mention before I go, and don't leave because I'm going to tell you how you can get your own oils. But again, back to this bottle. If you get the doTERRA Living Magazine, there is a genius recipe for like scrunching spray for hair. And it's perfect for when you're going to be hanging out at the pool all day and like you don't normally, like this is how my hair normally looks, but if that's not how your hair normally looks, it just doesn't naturally be curly, then it's a real struggle when you're at like a pool activity or a beach activity to not look like a weirdo walking around all day because you're in and out of the pool. So in that situation, there's a scrunching spray recipe that's perfect for beach or pool. And it has Healthy Hold Glaze, which is one of our Salon Essentials hair products. By the way, if you do a 150 PV loyalty rewards order or enroll somebody with 150 PV and you're part of my team, on our secret Facebook page, you can enter a drawing to win all 4 of the hair products. One of them is the Healthy Hold Glaze. So you take the Healthy Hold Glaze, rosemary oil, lemon oil, some fractionated coconut oil, and Epsom salt. And the exact recipe is in the doTERRA Living Magazine. And you just, when your hair is damp, you just kind of spray it through your hair and scrunch it and go. And then it looks like you've actually styled your hair, which is pretty cool. So I just wanted to mention that that's another reason why you should check out the doTERRA Living Magazine. There's always really great like upcycling recipes and DIY recipes and great articles in there about the oils. Okay, so now if you want to know how to get started with the oils, a lot of people are like, well, I heard you talk about, peppermint, and I heard you talk about TerraShield, so I want to buy those. Well, I'm just telling you that it is a much better deal, and you get a lot more stuff if what you'll do is you'll choose a starter kit, a basic starter kit, or you can get a starter kit that has all the oils or all the products, whatever you want to do. If you're interested in more of the stuff like the cleaners and the hair products and stuff, there's a really awesome kit called the Natural Solutions Kit that has the vitamins, some of the hair and skin and body products, as well as oils. So that would be a really fantastic one to start with. But just whatever, choose one that fits your needs and your budget. And then your membership to doTERRA, your wholesale membership, is free. So everything that you buy will be 25% off. Plus, depending on which team you join, which, if you're here because you are a fan of my page and I'm your person, then if you're joining my team, then you're going to get to join our secret group called Oil Shares on Facebook, and it's for members only. It's got awesome people in there that are experienced with the oils. And when you come and say like, oh, I got stung by a bee because I was dousing myself in geranium before at my picnic, we can tell you what oils can help soothe the bee sting. And that's why that group is so fantastic. So that's one benefit. You also get to use our rewards program, and every time you purchase, you get anywhere from 10 to 30% back on everything that you buy. You get free shipping rewards, and there's all kinds of just promos and amazing things that you qualify for. So don't buy retail. That's the bad way to do it. And somebody else is getting all your free rewards. And so make sure that you get your own membership. If somebody invited you to come watch this video and they've been sharing their oils with you, contact them. They're going to be the best person to help you get started. They may be having some other promos that they are doing privately for their own customers. Same thing with me. If you contact me and send me a message through this page, I've got promos running for my customers as well. And of course, I'll give you personal coaching and help you to learn how to use your oils and get you started started on a daily wellness regimen so that you can enjoy the benefits of these oils every day for yourself and your family. But for heaven's sake, get started and get going on your path to wellness. It's really, really awesome. You will never, ever regret it. Okay, so we'll be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern next Sunday night for our Magic Beans. And throughout the week, check us out because we'll be popping up with some live videos to share some quick tips with you about the oils. And thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with me tonight. I hope you had a great time and learned something. And I hope that you will share our video with somebody that could learn more about essential oils. Have a great night. Happy 4th.